Hello everyone and welcome back to another PHP programming tutorial. In the previous video we worked on making backups, downloading them and removing them. And today we are going to work on restoring a backup file. This includes two steps, in our case, uploading the file and second, restoring the data. So let's work on uploading the file. So I'll go to this form and add a upload form, okay? So let's go to not this one, backup PHP. Yeah, this is the main window that contains the information regarding the backup. So I'm gonna add a number of BRs here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this, and then I'm gonna say h1 restore. Okay, so if I refresh, I have a restore below that. And now I need to create a form here. So let me see. Okay. So this is going to be form. This is going to be method equal post. ENC type equal multi-part form data. There you go, because we are uploading a file. And then we have action equals CMS admin perform restore. There you go. And we close this and the form closes, right? And it should be this, right? What also do we need to do? We need to add the fields basically. So I'm going to say make it something like this, obviously. Actually, let me write this from the beginning. Center, there you go. And this is gonna be file name. Let's say backup file name. And we have what? We have input name equal f, type equal file, and we have this one, and then we have a submit, okay, /submit, upload and restore, upload file and restore. There you go. And just in case, I just want to put a BR just to make sure that it's on a new line. Let's refresh. Yeah. And what? No, it was a button, sorry. Button, there you go. Refresh. Yep. And it's a little bit too close to the file upload, so maybe I add another BR just in case. We'll save and refresh the page. Okay, a little bit better. Now if I press here, the perform restore is called, right? Let's go back here. Now let's go to perform restore in the administrator. We need to receive the file. So I'm gonna borrow some code from the logo, right? Where is not perform backup, remove backup? Where is the logo? There you go. Yeah. So yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Do you have anything special here? No, we don't have any special. We are just checking basically. Yeah, so we will just go and yeah. So you find me coming back here and copying things because I forgot a lot. I work in many languages. I don't use PHP a lot, so I want to remember how to get the file, and this is basically how it is done. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna go to this, just copy this one from here and go down. Okay, go to the end, not very end, but yeah. So we are gonna say else if whatever. Just paste these in order to work on them in a second. Okay, I like to have everything having the same style. Processing restore. Okay, the name of the method perform restore. There you go. So this is perform restore. There you go. Now the parameter of the file, if we go to the backup page, we set the parameter or the file name, it's f. Okay, so I'm gonna use f here, obviously. So files f. Now if there's no error, well, I'm going to say backup file name equals this. Sorry, backup file name equal this thing here. Okay, and that's it. And then else I should show an error message. Okay, session of error msg error uploading file. There you go, semicolon, and then header location CMS slash admin slash, and this is what was the name, it's backup. There you go. This is the redirect we need, right? And return, that's it to stop. Now if no file is being uploaded, then in that case else, same thing applies. No file uploaded, so here no file uploaded. Okay, and yeah, and in here call first open connection to DB and then pass file to the method of restore. Okay, now that said, let us first try to submit without having a file. So upload file and restore, and error uploading file, there is nothing in there. Okay, so yeah, this looks good. Let's work on the next step, which is actually creating the restore method. So this is the backup method, right? Perform backup, and we're gonna have something similar called the restore. So we have public static function and perform restore. Okay, there you go, and I pass the database object over here, and also I need to pass the file name, right? File name, there you go. So all I have to do is the following. I will say file data first. I need to put this inside a try catch. Okay, because EX, something like that. If any error happens in here, I should roll back the changes. db error roll back and return false. Okay, let me just check a few things over here. So there is no checking for errors in this one, but for restore we do need to check that. Now first things first, we need to get the file. So or let's say lines or file content file data equal file get contents, and I need to specify the file name. Okay, so this is going to be file name, and that's it, right? And I'm gonna return true for now. I want to see the output of this method for now. Okay, that makes sense. Let's go back to the admin. So what should we do here? We should open a connection. We are gonna say db equal dba open db. There you go, and semicolon here. Now if db equals null, it means there is an error. Then in that case, I will just say error opening db, and I will redirect to the main page. There you go. Okay, oh, this page, that's it. Otherwise, I need to call the method, and the method is backup backup class perform restore. I pass the database, there you go, and I need to pass the file name. So it's going to be backup file name and semicolon. Okay, so now if this one is true, successful restore, otherwise there is an error. I will just say error restoring data. Okay, and I go to backup. There you go. We will see what to do with successful restore. So let me put a breakpoint over here, and now let's go to debug. Okay, looks good. Now I will choose before that, let me download the file first. Okay, so we have one here. Okay, let me open folder just to see where that is. Okay, so maybe I'll move it to the desktop. So copy, where's the desktop? There's the desktop. I'll just paste it in here. Awesome. So now I will choose a file. I'll choose this one and say upload file and restore. Click here, and okay, give it a second please. Yeah, this is one weird behavior. I have to click it twice or something like that. I'm not sure why it behaves like this, but whatever. Okay, so now we have the backup file name. This is where it is stored. It is a temp file. Okay, so now I'll press F11 and see what to do. So I will get the file content, and what do we have in file data? You can see it contains the whole information of the file. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, yeah. So now we need first to split this file into a number of lines. So how do you do that? Well, we have something called explode. So file lines equals explode. There you go. And I open this one. So the separator is this is going to be the new line. Okay. and the reasons that I'm using it here. You can see that every information I write, I add a new line here. So there's the separator followed by the string, and the string is the file data. There you go, file data. Okay, very straightforward. Now we need to do few things here. Okay, so I will put an index variable. So this is going to be index index equals 0, okay, representing the first value. And now I am going to read the value and see if it matches something I have, right? So I'm gonna say let's have a look at this one. So what do we have? We need a backup followed by a number of minus signs, right? So okay, now if file lines of index doesn't equals backup, right? In that case, I will just say through new exception backup file error, something like this. Okay, so if I pass something that is not what are we expecting, we are getting an error. Then we have index plus plus, we increase index by 1. So this means what? We just read this one. Next we will read these, 1 2 3 4 5 6 minus signs. Okay, so here 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this should be this should read the second one, and then we will have to loop over all the tables. Obviously this means I need to copy this one and well, paste them here, and next I will have to loop on this, right? So now for I equals 0, I smaller than count of tables, and we say I plus plus. Okay, so forgot a semicolon here. Now I need to do what next? So you can see that I'm following the same steps in the backup, but trying to reverse things. So I have to read the table name. Okay, so this is gonna be tname equals this one, and then index plus plus. Okay, so now if the tname doesn't equal to tables of I, in that case we are just gonna throw another exception. Okay, so far this works perfectly, and then we will get we'll get these minus signs. Okay, so to make so if file lines of index doesn't equals these guys, again we just throw another exception here, and then we just say index plus plus. Okay, so we have the table name as you can see here, and we match that and we check the minus signs. Okay, so we got the table names, and then we need to do what? We need to get the number of rows. So first we need to find that there is the word row count followed by the number of rows, if that makes sense. So this is going to be row count, okay, followed by we have the number of rows. So row count, and it is this one, and then index plus a plus. Okay, so we got the row count as you can see, and we have more minus signs as you can see in here. Okay, and I think it's the same length, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 13. Okay, a little bit more than the original by one. Okay, so no problem there. So just add an extra minus sign here. Yeah, this is an extra minus sign. There you go, that looks good. And then we need to loop over all these rows using J, and we need to start getting the column values, right? Yeah, so for J equals 0, and then we have J smaller than row count, and we would say J plus a plus. Now before we enter this loop, we need to execute the following SQL statement: db arrow execute, and this is going to be delete from what was it, tname, okay, and this would have the effect of removing all previous rows and preparing the table to receive the new rows. Okay, and since we are running inside the transaction, if there's any problem, we get into this part, roll back, everything will be cancelled and so on. So not a problem there. Okay, so inside this one, we will start working in here. So we need to get the number of columns, as you can see. Let me see how many minus signs do we have. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Okay, so the column count now, we have these guys. It might look a little bit complicated, but actually it's not. It's very straightforward. Okay, column count. And by the way, you don't do it this way. This is a stupid way of doing things, and I'm doing it just to show you how you could do some processing in PHP. Okay, this is gonna be column count, file lines, right? Yeah, and yeah, we got the column count as you can see in here. And what do we have next after the column count? We need to get this information now: the column names and the values, are stored as base 64. Okay, so I need to reverse that. Okay, so this needs to be this needs to be inside another for loop. So for k, right, and we have k smaller than column count, and we should say k plus a plus. Yep. Now all I have to say here, I need to create an SQL statement for inserting these columns. Okay, so insert statement or SQL, this is going to be insert into, and I should specify the table name, and this should be what, t name. Okay, and open this, values, sorry, I should specify the column names, as you can see here, semicolon, and let's have a look. So k equals 0, there you go, right, yeah. So I need to add the column name and the values. So here the parameters, PRMs equals an empty array. Now we read these values. Let me show you. We read these values. Okay, so we have the key, which represent the column name, and the value, and then we have the lines. Okay, so let's go. Let us go and get these three values. Okay, there you go. So enter, there you go. So the first one, I'm going to make it like this. Call name equal, this is the column name. Okay, so we read the column name, and then we get the call val, this is the column value, and we should use base 64 I think, decode, there you go, base 64 decode, because the value is encoded in base 64. So now we reverse the process. Okay, since we have these, we should first add the parameter, first add the column name here. Okay, so we will say if k greater than 0 or equals 0, in that case we will say SQL equals SQL dot, and this is going to be call name, there you go, semicolon, else we just make a very simple change to that. We add comma, because the first column name doesn't have a comma after it. Okay, so this is the first thing. Next we should say array push, array push, and I should pass PRMS, and I should pass the value, and the value is call val, there you go, and that's it. And what do we have also? Oh, we have to specify the parameter type. So p type equals nothing. Now this is interesting thing to have. So I'm gonna do this. So if is a numeric, this is gonna be call val. If we are having a number, then p type equals p type, and sorry, with integer, otherwise else the parameter type will be string. Okay, actually I could access the tables or store some setting to remember the type of that. Anyway, so we enter this loop, and when we finish this one, we have to do one last thing, is to execute SQL. So DBA, database execute, execute, oops, this is gonna be SQL followed by p type followed by the array, which is PRMS, and that should be it. Okay, and if all goes well before this one, I should just say db commit, and the changes should be saved. I think that's it, and this is how a restore could be made. Now let's debug this and see if it works. Okay, we'll have a ton of errors. It doesn't work from the very first time. So let's start debugging. So let's go back. Let me choose the file again and say upload. Go here. Okay, so F11, we will get the file data. So we have this one. Next, we will have what? We have file lines. And you can see now this has been split into an array. Okay. And now we have the tables index 0. So we're checking this is backup, no problem. The lines, that's fine. And by the way, let me add index so that you could see to watch. There you go. And also add this one to the watch. Okay. In order for you to see what is happening. Okay. So I will loop on the tables. There you go. And we have tname. So tname add watch. Okay. So we read this one. This is sections. Okay. So we are checking that the table name is matching. That's fine. We are checking the lines are matching. That's fine. We are checking the row count. You can see the value here. That's fine. We are getting the row count. We have 5 lines. That's fine. We are checking the next lines. That's also fine. We are deleting from the table, and we got that. Now we are going to loop on row count, which we have 3 rows in this case, and let's have a look. So we are checking that this should be column count. That's also fine. We are getting the column count, as you can see here. This is what 4 columns. Okay, we are checking their lines. Okay, that's fine. And we are starting to create the SQL statement, as you can see here. So where is add watch? Okay, and where are the parameters? Again, add watch, and the p type also add watch. There you go. So let's go insert into sections, and maybe I'll just make this a little bit bigger so that you could see more information, and open this one. Okay, so I am gonna loop on 4 columns. I'll get the column name, so this is section ID. I will get the column value, as you can see here, this is 1, and make sure there are lines after that. Okay, so we will check this. You can see insert into section ID, and I will push the value. So we have the value 1, and it is a numeric, so I'm gonna say this is an integer value to be inserted. Go to the next step. Okay, we read the second value. Okay, we update the SQL statement, as you can see here, and then we push the second value, and this is a string. We go to the third one, right, and we go to the next one. There you go. That's it. Oh, and I forgot something very important. I didn't close the SQL statement, right? So if you have a look here, there are no closing SQL statement. My mistake. I'm very sorry. So this won't work. Okay, so if we try to run, we will get a rollback and no data will be removed at all. Okay, So yeah, error restoring data. If I go back and if we go to manage sections, you will find that the sections are available there. What is it waiting for? Okay, sorry. Let's refresh. Yeah, these are the sections. So nothing is gone. Okay, all is available. Anyway, so let's go to the backup class. Now let's fix this one because I forgot to close the SQL statement. So before we execute things, okay, so I have to say sql equal sql dot, we close this one and there should be values, and I open this one, and now I need to say the following. So for k equals 0, k is more than column count, and k plus a plus. So here if k equals 0, in that case this is gonna say SQL equals SQL add a question mark, else this is gonna be SQL equals SQL with comma question mark. Okay, and finally after the loop ends we just say SQL equal SQL close, and that's it. Okay, so I'll put a breakpoint here because we already checked everything. We just need this part, right? So let's listen to XDebug, as you can see here, and choose the file again. We will restore information. There you go. Let us go here. Oops, let me remove this. Let us go. Okay, so we have this SQL. Okay, so I'm gonna press F10, and what do we have? We have this one. It will be values, as you can see here in the IntelliSense. Okay, and now we are going to set the variables with a question mark. So you can see this first question mark. This is the second parameter, the second question mark, as you can see, third, fourth, and we close. Now look at the SQL statement. It is insert into section, section ID, name, section description, status, values, blah, 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 blah. We run, and it worked. We go and do the same thing for the second statement, sorry, second row, and it is going to work. Okay, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna continue running this, and wait, error restoring data. Let's have a look what is going on if there is an error restoring data. I'll put this one here. I didn't add error to the log, right? So add error. Oh, what was the function to add error to the log? Okay, I can see that I forgot a ton of things all the time. Where's that? Add text to log. There you go. Where is the backup? Yep. This is going to be EX. There you go. We save. Now we will be able to see what the error is. Choose a file. Go here and yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at the log file. No. Backup? No. Log. Wait a minute. Give me a second, please. Sorry about this. Let us close this one. Let us close all these. This is the backup. This is restoring. So I will put a breakpoint in here and start debugging. Okay. So choose a file. Select this. Okay. This one. What's the error? No more than 7 parameters is implemented. Oh, okay. My mistake. So let me stop this one. Let's go to the, what is it? Database access. Okay. Wait, where is execute? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 and 8. Okay, so this is gonna be 8. Control C. Oops. Number 6. Right. One and 2. So there's going to be 7, there's going to be 6. There you go. This is simple, very straightforward. Okay, let's go back. Choose a file, use that, and upload. Okay, it worked because we didn't go to an error, I think. Let me check this. Let's start debug again. And yeah, let's go back. Choose a file. This one, upload again. Okay, that's fine. So let's go back to the part where we do a restore. So if everything is fine, we should redirect to another page, right? So I will just redirect to the main administrator page. Okay, so let's go back here. I'll choose a file, go here, restore, and it worked. Okay, so first thing first, I'm gonna make a new backup. I'll perform a backup. Okay, so it's today. I will download this one. Okay, so it's for today. I'll open the folder and copy this one and put it on the desktop. Okay, paste. There you go. I'll remove the old one. Okay, so now we have this recent backup. Okay, so let me go back. I will go to the articles. I'm going to remove this article. Just remove it, please. And remove this second article. Okay. And maybe I will edit this one and add something here, Just say edit. Okay, so we have some things are modified. Go back here. We could go and change few settings. Yeah, don't have anything here, but whatever. I will just say update. So you can see now I made some mistakes. So I will go to manage backups. I will choose the file, and it's this one. Just say upload file and restore. Okay, so now let's go to the articles. You see all the articles are there, back to the way they are supposed to be. We go to the settings. You can see that this one is working. So the restore is working without a problem. So this means we finished this part. Let's go and where is it? Where is our friend? Where? Not the database, not the lib, not the pages. The plan is the plan. Okay, so the to do here, simple backup restore. There you go. We finished this one. We only need to add a template. So the progress. Okay, and Control C, enter. So this is going to be 30, right? And instead of add transaction, finished. backup restore uh, for the site database. By the way, this backup restore will only work on the tables. The files that have been uploaded are not included. For example, the logo file. Okay, so you just need to keep that in mind. Let's save, and yeah, so let me commit the changes, and okay, no problem, just commit. And yeah, I think uh, we did well. Hopefully I'll have to do a search for a public domain template or public domain site template to include it, so that this site looks a little bit better. Okay, I mean, this one is kind of acceptable but not very acceptable. We'll need to do some other tricks to improve it, but I think now you can get the idea how we used PHP to create our dynamic website. Okay, it's not the most attractive thing, but I think you get the idea. If you use a pre-existing template, if you collaborate with uh, let's say someone who's good with CSS, you could come up with something very good, I suppose. So that will be all for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.